Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. And we are underway here in Silicon Valley. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And this will wind up a Niners first down. They'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Third and a yard. Pick this one up on the ground. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Purdy on 1st down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
A pickup there of 25 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Got it. Ready? Here we go. Set. 1918. Check up.
They'll run, and here's the rookie from Michigan. He'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly didn't take long. 2 back-to-back really nice plays, this one on the ground, and this is the idea, Mike. Every offense in the league, you want to strike fast. You want to have big explosive plays. Now you find yourself here, 1st and goal.
A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's 1st and goal. Here's a run. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. They'll go with him again. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Third and goal.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Go, Rick. Go.
They send a receiver in motion left. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. To the goal line and in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. The Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead.
49ers nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
31-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. Right here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 21. It's good for a Niners first down. This time they're ready for it. Ready to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play. Purdy now on 2nd down.
This one complete to Watkins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, 49ers.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Get set, get set. Watch out.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And that one incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Watch out.
Out of the gun, here's a run at the gun. We'll get this right to the 20-yard line. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, Purdy gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the 49ers are going to have it 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 7-0 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal.
Outside. Watch out.
Up the middle they go. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Get set. Up.
Now a give up the middle. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Cyber's extra point is true. And the 49ers will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Alert! Bring it! Go! Go! 19! Check! Check!
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Made at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
That's good for
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
16 yards.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A huge play for Dallas. 35 yards.
At the 11-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Ready? Hogan 19! Steady, ready?
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Dallas.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Cowboys will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Travel start on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Get set! Get set! Start!
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now a run on 1st down. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Get set, get set. 18, what's up?
Now Purdy. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Now Purdy. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
And that's a big-time effort on 4th down. If he doesn't come up with this ball, Mike, they turn it over on downs, but instead, not only does he lay out and make a terrific catch, they get a fresh set of downs here and now see if they can finish this thing off and come away with some points.
And strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's marked just shy of the pylon.
At the 1-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
The play leads to 2nd and goal.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Get set, get set. 18!
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Cyber's extra point is true, and the 49ers will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man, his tight end screen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Cowboy 1st down.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. That's complete left side to Pickens. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's go now. 79.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Up from the secondary, Diamador Lenore with the stop. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. There's a short one. He's got Strange. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Big-time completion here as they try to get some points before the half. And remember, they're getting the ball back after the break, so they get a chance to double up possessions here if they're able to put a scoring drive together in the closing stages of this half.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Let's go. Take off.
Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
Taken down at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground here again. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. The third quarter begins with a run. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw. That is caught downfield by Pickens. They get 21 on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down.
First down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Here's 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Loss of 7 yards.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
He'll look to throw. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to move this ball in. Have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
Bronco switch, Bronco. Set up.
A handoff as they try to run it here. That'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Hold the ready.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 choices down there. Either work it up inside or use that speed to the edge. And Greggy's able to sneak it in for the touchdown.
Down here this close, Mike, there's a lot of bodies in there tight. So oftentimes, if you can get the back on the edge, they can rely on that speed, and that's exactly what we saw here. He wins the race to the pylon, and he's rewarded with 6 points.
Cowboys 48, 49ers 14. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line.
Get set, get set.
And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Abdul Carter getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Yellow. Yellow.
From the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught. Aside, it's complete. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the
20 yards on
line.
that pass play. It's good for a Niners first down.
Get set. Get set. 18. What's up? Yellow. Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. A dive and a catch. Incredible. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
First and 10 at the
Those are the
30-yard
explosive
line.
pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now give on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
To throw, Purdy. Got his man at the 6. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
49ers 21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Ready up. Let's go now. Reload. 70. Alert. Smash. Smash.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
From the 43, here's second and a couple.
Go. Hey. Hey. 60 license. 60 license.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard.
70. 60 Eagle. 70 range. 70 range.
He'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Strange. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll lead to a second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
19, Tiger.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's a run to begin the 4th quarter. And he will get forward for about 5. Third down.
5 yards on the pickup. And this is third down.
Take. Bronco, unlock Lion.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. First down. First and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
And defensively, these are the opportunities, Mike, at this stage in the game you just can't miss. It's a close game. 4th quarter, you find yourself trailing. You've got to be able to come up in that spot and force a stop. Instead, now the offense can drain even more time off the clock with a fresh set of downs.
At the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They'll throw with him again. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Let's go now. 60 Bison. Low, trap.
They'll run. And this defense standing tall in the red zone. They stop him for no gain. And now it's 4th and goal.
A bit of a curious call there, Mike, on 3rd and goal. From this far out, you thought they would have turned to their passing game. They tried to catch the defense sleeping and keep it on the ground. Great job by the defense being ready for everything. Not only do they stop them, they take them back for a loss.
And this one is right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. That one's going to skip into the end zone
The
for a
Niners take
touchback.
over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Get set, get set.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
So something they teach these defenders, especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic. Don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And it's a great example here. The defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with the pick.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the
I would love to
25-yard
see
line.
his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They bring a tight end in motion left. Up the middle they go. Finding space at the 15. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the foul. They get 24 on that one. And just like that, it's 1st and goal.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal.
Come on, set. Go.
He'll try the right side this time. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Elliott, good on the extra point. The Cowboys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Get set, up.
They'll begin here on the ground. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage. We'll try again here. Second and 10.
At the 19-yard line.
Play action. Here's Purdy. A dive, but too far out in front of him. Incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On third down, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
The 49ers out for the punt. This fielded inside the 35. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Down to a knee here. The defense still has a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they're going to use them. Second and 11. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses